Hi, good morning, YouTube. Nice to see you. I remember to start playing the right thing. We're doing finger picking today, a gentle introduction to finger picking. Normally, we're at the start of these sort of live streams when I'm getting ready to go. I'm usually doing something completely opposite to what we're meant to be focusing on, you know. No. Today, we're finger picking. Okay, welcome to Ukulele Rocks. I'm Mr. C. Nice to see you. We're going to have this is our repeat of Tuesdays, but I've done a bit of work on it since Tuesday. So if you were here on Tuesday, it's going to be a little bit different today. And there might be something a little bit more, I don't know, constructive, a little bit more interesting. There's a few new pieces today that we didn't do on Tuesday because basically I wrote them. There's some things going to be appearing on the website on UkuleleRocks More. Now, there is an advanced website called UkuleleRocks More, and you will find this worksheet there on lesson number 60 something or other it is. Let me have a quick look. It is lesson number 64. Lesson number 64. Everything we're going to do today is on there. So today, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to have a look at classical style of finger picking. That's why I'm doing this here. It's called pima, P-I-M-A. Pulgar, Indis, Medio, Annula. I'm still looking up those. Still haven't learned those ones. We're going to be looking through those, having a go at those. And we're also going to be having a look at a brand new piece that I've written called A Little River Walk, which is going to help us practice that pima technique. Then we're going to go on to a long-established piece called Inside Outside, which is a really nice piece. We're going to do it with the backing track today. I've got the backing track set up. We're going to play along with that. And finally, got a better version of Knocking on Heaven's Door, where we're going to do the song and we're going to do a more simpler strumming pattern to it. Not as complicated, a little bit easy to get the hang of. So grab your ukuleles if you're playing, check you're in tune. There's mine. Thinking about it, I've done it again. I haven't checked I'm in tune, I sound in tune. Sounds right. Right, so let's get going. So pima, what do we mean by pima? Well, pima is the way that composers have used to notate which finger is to pick at which string. Because finger picking, basically, definition of finger picking means instead of playing the strings all at once, as a chord, or two strings or more as a chord, we're going to play them individually, whether that's 2 strings, 3 strings, or 4 strings. That's finger picking. So our first job is to set our fingers up ready for finger picking. And to do that, we're going to put our thumb on the G, our first finger on the C, or the 3rd string, our second finger on the E string, and our third finger on the 1st string. So you have got all P-I-M-A, your thumb, your index, your middle, and your ring finger. Each have their own string to look after. Now, we talked about this on Tuesday. Be careful how you align your fingers. They shouldn't be all on top of each other, because then there'll be no room for them to move or to pick. Now, I like to do it, and I saw this yesterday. I was teaching yesterday, and one of my pupils did this naturally. I thought, good lad, Devon, shout out. And Devon set his fingers up, and he naturally just did this slight slide where his thumb went to my left. I don't know, that's probably your right when you're looking at it. And the fingers diagonally, so we get my little finger out of the way, made a line underneath, so that when you play, there's plenty of room. Sorry, I'm fouling the string there, holding the ukulele. Plenty of room for the fingers to pluck and to then get out the way. because that's the other thing. We do want them to get out of the way. Try not to sneeze. Hang on. There we go. Don't keep them close to the string because we don't want them anywhere back near the string. We do want them to actually pluck away from the string when we try it. So here's our first thing we're going to try. Let's try going down through the strings from the thumb, the index, the middle, and the ring finger, pima, to go down one at a time, one after the other in a nice controlled way. It doesn't have to be fast. I don't know if you're like me, but I still, and I've been doing this for a few years now, but I still find using my ring finger, a bit awkward. Feels a bit strange. And for everything we're doing today, we're going to be using the pad of our fingers. Nothing to do with our nails. Not picking on our nails. Okay? So, and of course, I want to make it a little bit more interesting. Reverse it. So set our fingers back up again, and this time we're going to go from our ring finger to go up the strings. Ring, middle, index, thumb. A, M, I, P. There we go. Going up. So hopefully we're just starting to get used to that. Working up through the strings. You know, I love these live streams. I was thinking Friday, it's great because on Tuesday we get interrupted by the dustmen, which is good, like saying hello to the dustman. And then on a Friday, I forgot. Here's the doorbell about to ring, and I'm not sure there's anybody to answer the door again. Might just have to go and answer the door. See, musical doorbell. It's really good. Hang on, just one moment. Just seeing. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh, bless. That's all right. Abby's gone to answer the door with my little grandson fast asleep in her arms, juggling. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful lady. All right, so where were we? We've gone down through the strings, and we're going up through the strings as well. And if you're getting used to it, try and speed it up a little bit. Down through the strings, up through the strings. We're after that nice evenness as well, not this sort of unevenness with the picking. All our picking today is going to be in straight beats, either crotchet beats or quaver beats. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything fancy with it. Up and down. So let's get on to our first piece. There's a brand new piece on the website. It's called A Little River Walk. Behind me here, it's going to be no point at all me showing you because you won't see it. But it's over here. There we go. A Little River Walk. It's there. It's on the website. Have a look at it. A Little River Walk. I tried to get something nice and simple that would sound pretty, and it does sound all right. There's going to be a standalone lesson on this on UkuleleRocks More, which will be appearing sometime this afternoon. And we're working from a chord of C. It's a descending chord of C. So we're going to start off with that chord of C, back to our second finger, back to our first finger, no fingers. Simple as that. The strumming, the picking pattern, sorry, not strumming, the picking pattern is, I'm having a quick look, we're going to go up and down through our fingers, up and down. So here's your example very quickly. If you've managed to get a hold of this lesson off the internet, then you've got a copy. You can get a copy off the piece. We're going to go up, hit the string at the bottom, the G, twice to go back up, back to our second finger, and all the way up, back to our first finger, open strings, and we're going to do that again twice, finishing on a chord of C. So that's quite easy to explain. You don't really need the music in front of us. Let's go through it again. Set your fingers up, your P-I-M-A, your thumb, your index, your middle, and your ring finger, on one on each of the strings. Your little fingers just flying around. You can give it a little anchor point if you feel happy at that. With that down there, it does restrict your third, your ring finger movement a little bit. So the best plan is to try and get it to hover over the strings. All right, so back to our piece. Let's just try it together. Nice and steady, nice and slowly, going up through the strings and back down, and gently walking those fingers down to the open string. Let's do it once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and twice. Back up. Change to the second finger. There we go. Change to the first finger. Change to the open string. And finish on a chord of C. So that's our little river walk. That's our little river walk piece. Let's try it for real this time. And when we're doing it for real, we're going to play it through twice, finish on the chord of C. Or we might do it a little bit faster. Just get the idea that it is a piece of music. It is in quavers. In other words, they're in 8 beats. So it should be a little bit faster than that. Quaver's been a little bit faster than perhaps a walking pace of a crotchet, a 1-beat note. Let's try it, okay? So we'll try and go 1, 2, ta 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 ta. We'll try that sort of speed. It could be a gentle river at the moment. Here we go. 1, 2, off we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's nice. 3 to 2. There we go. Gently picking through. 2 to 1. Open strings. And repeat back to the chord of C. Pick your fingers up. And finish on a chord of C. And there we go. It's got a really nice little backing track. I did it yesterday. I found this really strange instrument. I've got to put some research into it. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not going to start to show my ignorance just yet. I can't remember if it's an Indian bowed instrument or a Chinese one. I'm not quite sure. I've got to look it up. But the backing track, like I said, will be appearing on the website Ukulele Rocks more later on in the day. Right. Ready to move on? Me too. Inside outside. Inside outside is a different approach to finger picking, because as always in these workshops, this is not the definitive way to finger pick. There are lots of different ways to finger pick. There are lots of picking patterns. You don't have to use all your fingers to finger pick. You can get away with just using what we're going to do now, your thumb and your first finger. And this has got a very favorite name for technique wise for us. It's called crabby claws, and this is how all my pupils learn to finger pick, with their thumb and their first finger. Now, it's called inside outside for the very good reason. We're going to set our thumb and our first finger, our crabby claws up, crabby claws, I'm not changing it, crabby claws, on the inside string. So your thumb goes on the C string and your first finger goes on the E string. And remember, don't put one above the other because there won't be any space to pick. Do that nice little slide that my pupil Devon showed me yesterday. Good lad him. All right. And now I have that inside. And we go from the thumb first. Inside. Now it's called inside outside. So guess what's next? I bet you know. Your fingers are going to move to the outside strings. And you use your thumb first. Outside. Thumb first. So we do one after the other. Inside, outside. Inside, outside. Nice and simple. We like simple at Ukulele Rocks. Nothing wrong with simple. There we go. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Far more approachable than the pima technique, perhaps. Now, to play inside outside, it's got a little bit more in depth with our left hand. We're going to need 4 different chords. And did I have them? I haven't got them ready, but we can have a quick look, and it's over here. Scroll down. There they are. Can you even see that? No, you can't. Is that any better? Not really, but I'll tell you anyhow. You're going to, first of all, use the open strings. That's your first chord. Nice and easy. A minor 7, C6. Then you're going to put your first finger on the... I doubted myself then. I wrote the piece. On the second string, D minor 11, sometimes called, maybe. And then the third chord, you're going to add your second finger on the A string. G7, add 4. Strange names. And finish on a chord of C. We know that one. So again, 4 chords, open strings. First finger on the second string. Second finger on the first string. Chord of C. So just have a little play through those. Make sure you've got those firmly embedded. Open strings. First finger. Second finger. Chord of C. Happy with that? Okay. So now let's apply that inside outside to those chords. And we're going to do each chord shape twice. First finger down. Second finger down. Outside. Inside. Out. Third finger down. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. So that's kind of your demonstration. So this time, let's do it all together. You do it with me. 1, 2, slowly go. Inside. Out. First finger down. In a minute. First finger, inside, outside. Second finger down, inside, outside. Third finger down. Good, and we repeat it. Open strings. First finger down. Inside, out. Second finger down. Inside, out. Inside. Third finger down. Inside, outside. In. And finish on a chord of C. There we go. So that's a pretty little piece. It's just a small piece to get into finger picking. And you can do that style of finger picking with your basic chords. F. Again, it's just one way of doing it. Should we do it with the backing track? I think we should. I've missed my backing tracks for a while. Let's just see. Says he. Let's get the backing track ready. I'm not even there yet. There we go. Here we go. Good, good, good. Let's turn the volume up. There's no volume at all. Okay, so with the backing track, it goes like this. Inside, outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. First finger down. Second finger down. Chord of C. And repeat, open strings. First finger down. Second finger down. Chord of C. And finish with the chord of C strum. There you go. Simple as that. That's all it is. I hope that was all right. It sounded ever so loud here in Perrick's Tower, so I hope it's okay. All right. So now, time to move on to our culmination, our finale, if you like. We're going to do a version of Knocking on Heaven's Door. Now, I tried this on Tuesday. I would say tried. We did it on Tuesday, and it was very good. It was all right. Can we just come back? That's it. Squeeze out. Thank you very much. Oh, that's why, because you're on the wrong page, you silly thing. There we go. So there is, again, I'm not really doing this to let you see it, because obviously you can't see it. It is on the website. There's a brand new version of Knocking on Heaven's Door and using pima technique. Okay, so we're back to setting our fingers up to do it. Now, I've neglected the comments. You're quite right. Thank you, Paul, joining in. Thank you very much for your comments. Heidi, good morning. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Ian, always great to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. I'm enjoying admired the decorating the other day. Paul, when finger picking, I find it very useful to practice what each chord feels like under the fingers before attempting to move between them. Couldn't agree more, Paul. Yeah, absolutely. Practice the chords. Make sure that you're happy with what the chord feels like with your fingers, also what it sounds like, because the ukulele, our wonderful instrument, is not built like a guitar, so you can't always. Sorry, excuse me. I'm being so rude. Good morning, Matilda. How could I forget that Matilda would be there? Good morning, Matilda. Beautiful to see you as well. The ukulele is not built like a guitar. We don't have our lowest string at the top, so it's not a natural understanding that we just pick through our fingers to get the chord sounding correctly. For instance, in a chord of C, if we were going to pick it from the lowest note, we'd have to do our inside-outside fingering. But if we did that with a chord of F, that might sound a little bit different, because already we've got those two notes the same as it is. So you do have to change your finger picking style from time to time, and from piece to piece, and from chord to chord. But as we were saying, let's finish off with our Knocking on Heaven's Door. Knocking on Heaven's Door's got 4 chords. We have a chord of G, which our first finger on string number 3, our second finger on string number 1, and our third finger on string number 2, chord of G. Our second chord is a chord of D. You can do it a squish, a 1, 2, 3 fingers in the second fret, chord of D. Or I've got to admit, you're going to see me do the contentious fingering for our chord of D, because I prefer this. And a lot of the time I do teach this sticky fingers chord changing approach. Here's your chord of G. This finger isn't going to move. It's our sticky finger. We're going to leave it there, and I'm going to wrap the other 2 fingers around it. Now that might feel awkward to you, but look, we've got another sticky finger coming up, because our third chord is A minor. So we're going to leave that finger there to make our A minor chord. Now that, for me, makes a lot more sense. A chord of G, sticky finger, wrap it round, sticky finger, leave it there, A minor. When we do it again, we again start with G, chord of D, and then a chord of C. No sticky fingers there. So our basic progressions is G, D, however way you want to do that, A minor, and then G, D, C. Okay. Now to finger pick it, we're going to play this piece in crotchets today. I've actually notated it in crotchets. We're going to finger pick the verse. So in other words, we're going to finger pick on the beat. So if the beat's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to finger pick on the beat. This is just a beginner's, a gentle introduction to finger picking this piece. If you were going to do it with a bit more practice, perhaps you would do it with quavers. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to stick with our nice, simple, easy way in crotchets. So our first chord is G. And again, we're picking from our thumb. Next chord, D. Next chord, A minor. And we're going to go up and down. Down through the chord. Double the note and back up. And that makes our beats sort of even out. So the G chord, thumb down from the thumb. Let's try it. D chord, finger picking down. And then our chord is C. Double the note at the top. And that's how it's going to work. So our G, our D, our A minor, our G, our D, and our C chords for knocking on heaven's door. And I'm not going to trust myself. I've got a cheat sheet of the words, so I'm going to bring my cheat sheet out. We're going to finger pick the verse and we're going to strum into the chorus. Now, I'm not going to dwell too much on strumming patterns in this one because that's not what this is about. But in the chorus strum, we're going to do a down, 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 down. So if you want to be very technical, we've kind of got a minim followed by two crotches. So 2 beat, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. That's going to be our strumming pattern for the chorus in this accessible version of Knocking on Heaven's Door. All right, so I think we're ready. Let's have a little go through this. Find your chords, find your chord G, set your PIM up, pima, pulma, indis, medial, annular. Is that I one? What's it called? Indis. That's what I was forgetting. Pulga, indis, medio, annular. I'm learning as well. Okay. So when we're doing it with the words, we actually have 2 clear beats for me. Mama, take this badge from. So it starts with, it doesn't start on beat number 1. The singing doesn't. So let's have a go. Ready? Nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mama, take this badge from me. And back down. I can't use it anymore. And it repeats. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Back down. G. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. And we'll stop there at that point. How was that? Did you get the hang of that going through it? I was having an interesting conversation with Heidi, who was watching the other day. We were saying that we were agreeing. Sorry, quick drink. We were agreeing that sometimes once the singing starts, it's easier to get the picking in time and in place. And I quite agree with her. That's better. I think it's probably right. Okay, let's have a go. All right, Rob. Good morning. Nice to see you, my friend. Let's have a go. So this time we're going to finger pick the verse again because I think by the time we get to the chorus, it's quite easy to do the strumming. All right, chord G and the PIMA all set up nice and steady, remember, on those crotchet beats and singing along. All of it available on UkuleleRocks, more lesson number 64 or 65. I can't remember what I said now. 64 or 65, you'll see it. It's one of the new ones. It's called WHIPpick-a-way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mama, take this badge from me. And back down. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Strum into the chorus. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Repeat it. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Finish on G. So there we go. It's a really nice, gentle way to get into that. Again, I keep reiterating this. This is not the be-all and end-all of finger picking. There are lots of different ways to finger pick. And I found myself thinking about how I play this piece if I'm gigging it. And I've got to admit, I double a lot of the picks. So in other words, instead of picking one string, I might pick two at the start of the pattern. I mean, really, with the pima technique, the one good thing about it is you can use it to pick all four strings. You might want to try that as a different way of playing it, a different style to the piece. Explore. And don't panic, as always. I keep reiterating this as well. Don't panic if you come along today and you had it and go, oh gosh, this is so hard and I can't get it even, and it's not even, it's quiet on some fingers and some fingers are too loud. My thumb's always too loud, especially when you record. You find out, you think you're doing well, then you record it, but again, what's another good beginner's song, Heidi? Well, top of my head, if you find a song with a few chords in it, I was trying to think about this the other night, and what was I doing? I was trying to, oh, that didn't work. Yeah. If you're just picking down through your strings, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Any of your two chord songs would work quite nicely. Put me on the spot now, Heidi. I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure. What else would work? What am I doing? No, that's different. I'm not sure, Heidi. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a think about that. I'm not sure. How about you investigate? Have a look at yourself. Anyhow, we keep saying, why are you looking for other people's songs? Make your own songs up. You know enough chords now. You've got C, F, and you've got G. We've looked at G, D, and A minor today. Put them in a different pattern. Yeah. How about Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Somewhere Over the Rainbow, it's okay. It's one of those pieces I always think it sounds dreadful if you do it badly. So be careful which version you get of that. And how about 4 years? Is that the same as 5 years' time, Ian? Yes, I was going to say 5 years' time. Yeah. But it's got that. The thing about 5 years' time by Noah and the Whale, it is on the website. It's on the advanced site. Again, having a quick look since Ian's mentioned it. It is lesson number, goodness knows what. Oh, it's taken ages to find the lessons. Well, it's just nice because it takes ages. I don't know. It's on there somewhere. I can't find it. There's 65 lessons to go through. I can't remember what number it is now. Noah and the Whale. I'm sure Ian will post it up for us, or you'll find it somewhere. 5 years' time. Oh, there it is. Number 17. Lesson number 17. You did correct it, Ian. You're quite right. 64 is a lesson today we're talking about. Yeah. I don't think so, Rob. I would relax with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we must come to a stop this morning. Just remember this. Today, we've been looking at this pima, this classical technique by the 10 C and D minor all the way through. Okay, there we go. We're getting lots of suggestions, Heidi, for you to go and look up. Have a look at it. Our pima technique today in our workshop, our thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, pulgar, index, medio, annular, picking through. We've also had a look at a brand new piece that's going to be appearing on the website very soon, later today, in fact, called A Little River Walk, that picked our way down through that C chord. Watch out for that. It's got a nice, pretty backing track to play it with. We had a look at an easier way into finger picking of inside, outside, inside strings, outside strings, also on the website. And we finished up with a more straightforward version, a gentle knocking on heaven's door played in a crotchet or a one-beat pick, which I do quite like, actually. Everything available through the website. Everything available on Ukulele Rocks More, free. Lesson number 64. Now, because it's all free, little plug for your time. Now, tell your friends, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on Facebook, I am doing a very big live stream with my band. We're only a 3-piece, but we're doing a very special live stream tomorrow night. We're doing a full band gig for the first time in ages. We've got the drummer coming back to join us. We've been doing some live streams, myself and my son playing this band, but do check it out. It's at Second 2ND at Second Gen the Band on Facebook. There'll be lots of things there, lots of adverts for it. I'm going to put one up immediately after this today to advertise it. It's going to be a bit of a big deal. We're going to do some very, very interesting new pieces. What's the other one? If I ever learn that chord. Thank you, Ian. That's very helpful. Second Gen the Band. Yes, absolutely. Check it out tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. All your favourite songs, plenty to sing along to, plenty to watch it. Tell your friends. Next week, we're having a rest from the live streams. I'm afraid life's getting in the way. We often say this term. Life's getting in the way a little bit next week. There won't be a live stream next week. I've got all sorts of things happening, I'm afraid. But the week after, we'll be back with a bang. Thank you very much for your comments. Lovely to see the comments board so full this morning. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it very much. Go tell your friends. Look up the lesson on Ukulele Rocks More, and you'll be able to download everything we've done this morning in score form. Yeah, that's it. I'm going away for a lie down in a quiet room now. All right. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that this morning. Ta-ra.